Hi, I'm Sissy Watson. I'm here today to share with you our experience with Dr. McFadden. My husband Steve was needing some dental procedures done, and he called one day and said that the dentist he had been going to recommended dental implants. And it naturally upset me, so I just told him to come home, we're going to get a second opinion. So Steve really was not interested in driving to Dallas, and we were not looking to drive to Dallas for these procedures. But I got online and just started Googling the best dentist in Dallas. I called and I started talking to the assistants at Dr. McFadden's office and his secretaries. And I told them Steve was not going to drive to Dallas, but I needed an opinion. This was for me. Of course, we got in traffic on the way over there and detoured by construction. The drive was 20 minutes longer, but we said the whole way, we're not going to use him. We're just going to get his opinion because all his credentials were going to lead us in the right direction. Because when you have a procedure like this done, you want the best of the best to work on your spouse. So at that point, I was hoping he would use Dr. McFadden. But the decision was his. All he had to do to please me was go listen, and he did.
My name's Steve Watson, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story as far as my dental problems are concerned. It all started about 20 years ago, and I was diagnosed with Barrett's esophagus, which is a acid reflux disease that affects, and causes erosions of your esophagus. And when this occurs, of course, the acid contents within your stomach infiltrates your teeth and causes a lot of damage. It got to the point where my teeth were chipping, and they really couldn't repair them to the point where I thought that they would last. So begrudgingly, I went to Dallas with her and met with Dr. McFadden, and I looked at his credentials, which were extensive. Basically, he had a full itinerary by the month on how this was going to go, and I felt really, really comfortable with him and decided pretty quickly that that's what we were going to do. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I mean, the guy is wonderful, to say the least. As far as the procedure goes, I absolutely had no pain. I never had to take any medication for pain. I haven't had any problem with speech. I haven't had any problem eating anything that I wanted to. It's absolutely a miracle. I mean, it really is, and they look great on top of that. So I can even smile now. So, for one thing, one of the things that everybody noticed, and I've been doing it for so long that it was such a habit that I really didn't realize that I was doing it until people started to point it out in the pictures that I would never expose my teeth in a smile, or I just never would, or I'd hold my hand over my mouth and kind of hide it, and with embarrassment, really. And I always had a really good smile. It's just when all this reflux disease happened and all the damage that was done to my teeth, I realized that they were stained and chipped and didn't look good. So I basically tried to mask that with my actions, and that needed to change. And ever since that, when I got these new prosthetics, I still don't smile the way I should because of the habit that I had, but it's beginning to get a lot better now, and I think I've got a beautiful smile thanks to Dr. McFadden. I really do, and I really appreciate it.